I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, and fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretch in never-ending line, 10,000 saw at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Hello everybody, this is Rakib Al Welcome everyone once more in another live videos. And every day I have to come in live at the midnight and at the end of the night. The reason behind that, I don't get time to come in early live, to come in live at early at the night. Sorry for being that. And so you have just listened that I was reciting a poem, and it was a famous poem by the Wordsworth, William Wordsworth, and it's a daffodil, the poem about daffodil flowers. And why I was reciting this poem, because of that most of the time we face a lot of obstacles in our life. We feel each and everybody in the world, we feel lonely in our own self. In that time we think randomly, and we don't find an appropriate place, and we don't find appropriate platform where we can share ourselves, and we can share our thought and so many things. That's why many people fall in depression due to that. So only some of person who can give suggestions about that, who has already overcome such type of situation in their life. So maybe you are also facing this such type of problems in your life. Maybe you don't find a proper person for your life, and with whom maybe if you talk, maybe you'll feel good and better. So that is why I will suggest you some of things. If you do all those things every day, I believe that you can bring change of your life. You know that being lonely is very basic and common things. If you don't feel lonely, it means that you are in the right way. I just want to share two example. Once upon a time, in a conference, there was Shah Rukh Khan in that conference, and one journalist was asking him that what he does when he feel lonely. Then he replied, and Shah Rukh Khan, he replied that, yes, I have everything. I have money, fame, and fan, and so many things. But at the end of the day, I feel lonely. So Shah Rukh Khan said these words in that conference that he has everything. He said that he has everything, and he has money, he has fans, and he has so many things. But he feels lonely end of the day. And another thing is that once upon a time in another conference, a journalist was asking the famous Indian legend singer Lata Mangeshkar that if she gets chance to burn in the world once more, will she be Lata Mangeshkar once more? In that time, Lata Mangeshkar said that she doesn't want to be Lata Mangeshkar once more, because only she knows that how difficult to born as a star. So if we be much more bigger, we fall in much more problem, and we need to solve all those things. That is life, and life is beautiful. We have to cope up with all those things. So as a student, we usually don't find happiness. I know many of girls and boys who are usually students of school and college. They always say that no, they are not happy with their life, and they also mention with us that in anxiety, various reason, and most of the reason is comes from social media. They see that the opposite person are how beautiful and how wonderfully they lead their life, but they don't know that. That's why they're falling depressed. So I will suggest you that maybe you don't have a good friend, maybe you don't find any person to talking with that person. But if you read book instead of talking people, I believe that this will make you happy. Because what will bring the change if you read book instead of talking with people? If you read any book, actually the book who writes any book, well, the writer, if anybody wants to be writer, that person need to study a lot. So whenever you are going to read something regarding a book, and whenever you spend your time with book, it means that you are passing the time with the genius of this world. So I think that you can find all kinds of problem solutions by reading something. If you be a student of school, college, or university, if you are a student of school, college, or university, so I believe that except academic book, you should also focus on many kinds of story books, motivational books, and religious book, which will help you build your extracurriculum activities. So in this video, I was want to share one of the thing that if you read more, you'll learn more. But I believe that except academic book, if you spend some times on reading some of story, if you read some novels, dramas, and also books regarding of motivation, I believe that these things will give you extra energy inside of your life. So nowadays it's very difficult to find a good friend and good company with whom maybe you will find trustworthy. Believe it or not, it's very difficult to find someone like that. So rather than trusting with someone or somebody, is really important to talk. One of my friends is kidding with me. He said that well, so the thing is that if you really focus yourself on reading books, and if you have made a good habit of reading books every day, at least if you spend around 4 and 5 hours on reading, I believe that you will get real happiness inside of your life. And not only happiness, but also you will learn so many things, right? Believe it or not, you will learn so many things. So I believe I will appreciate you if you spend some time on reading. Another things, nowadays reading is very simple. Whatever you want to read, maybe it may be novel, drama, or anything, or from anywhere, you can download the PDF file as well, and you can bring PDF file always there. In Dhaka city, you will face traffic jam most of the time. So in traffic, what can you do? You can find out a appropriate PDF book and you can read it. Another thing is that maybe audiobook is also helpful for us. Believe it or not, that for being my fluent, audiobooks was helped me a lot. So if you get time when you go to outside or at your leisure time, you can also give some time on listen audiobooks. Believe it or not, that audiobook also help us a lot. So many kinds of audiobooks you can listen. It may be English, Bangla, or any kinds of language. It is story, history, so many things you can do that. It will help you to make yourself happy. Believe it or not, only a book is the best trustworthy friend of us. Except book, if you rely upon others, you will just get pain from them. You will not get happiness from them, and you will not get any advantage from them. Very few people you will find. And another thing that you can find out who is good for you and who is not good for you, if you read enough books. So I will suggest to my brothers and sisters who is watching me, if you have some time, spend some time on reading books, which will help you. And another thing, that instead of using social media for a long time for chatting with randomly people, you can watch some important things on YouTube, like how you can learn English language, or whatever extracurriculum activities you have. You can find all those things and you can work on it, right? It will really help you a lot. So I just barely see in Facebook and social media they are trending things, which will not change anybody's life. But if you just believe that if you can contribute yourself positively, and it will be the good side of the economy of this country as well. So I believe that reading is the best habit, and book can be our best friend of our life. I'm witnessed of it because before my university life, I didn't spend a lot of time on reading, but nowadays I do it. So I find myself a lot of changes nowadays and before life. So as far as I live in the world, I will spend my time on reading. That will be my perspective, and that will be my purpose as well. So reading is the great habit. It may be reading anything. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that read with the name of your Almighty. Read or the so if you don't read anything, maybe you will not able to know that what is going all over the world. If you read a book, it will make difference between another person who didn't read this book. So I believe you that if you guys really read a lot of books regarding of many topics, history, literature, religious, academic, and a lot of things, you can find out all kinds of problem solution very easily, quickly, and with smartly. Well, that was my today's message. Stefan,